Talking brain, enlightened minds, seeking out truths, seeing the world with the mind of those who see beyond the three-dimensionally. So, talking brain, ask the right questions, uncovers the blinds.
Hey, 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 everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Soul's Talking Brain. Yay! We are back. This is our season premiere in 2013.
2013.
Feeling fabulous to be here with all of you. It's quite a feat.
It's quite a feat.
Quite a feat to be here with you all live today, and we are so grateful.
It's a season premiere. It's our very first show of 2003.
13.
13. I'm going backwards.
10 years. Yeah,
Yes.
you just like took a decade off.
Totally took it off.
Which, you know, the here, the now, before, the future.
I mean, what's 10
it's all
years
one,
between
so.
everybody? You know, nothing. Right?
Right.
Yes.
So for those of you who are joining us for the first time and haven't been with us before, my name is Ronnie Lipstein, and this is
Aline Ohanessian.
And we are the double goddess of Being Love TV and
Soul's Talking Brain Show.
Woo-hoo! So Soul's Talking Brain Show is a show that is about inspiring pondering, contemplation, and essentially lighting a little fire under our seats to get us hopping around, and allowing us to be a little bit more open to alternative perspectives and potentials that we may not have otherwise considered beforehand. And today's show,
or have pondered way too many times and just can't find any conclusions to
whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And so today's show is, of course, as with all of our shows, following in line with the elucidations of ponderings.
In line. Stand in line.
And we are going to be discussing a subject matter that I believe.
You believe, eh?
I believe.
You believe. She believes.
Is one that is indeed one that elucidates an enormous amount of pondering, as well as one that deserves an enormous amount of
attention,
honor, awareness. So why don't you tell everybody, my love, what it is that we'll be discussing today?
What is it that we'll be discussing? Well, as we are starting off our show here now, first season premiere show, we are going to start off with our beliefs. That's right. Do our beliefs have any power?
So, at the beginning of our show today, we've never ever done this before. We are dedicating our show today in loving memory to Levon Ohanessian, which is Aline's dad, and Sandy Lipstein, which is my grandmother, both of whom ascended in the late year of 212, beginning of 213. And the experience of Levon's ascension had Aline traveling back to Israel, which, as most of you I'm sure are aware, houses the biggest belief systems in our world today. So,
well, biggest belief system in that there's, three of the most major religion beliefs in one small little city, all intertwined, coexisting together.
Thank you for reiterating what I just said. I appreciate it.
I just, I had to
just in case you didn't get it in my words, you can get it in hers.
Always you can count on that. That's for sure.
So, why don't you tell us a little bit about being in a very small city with these huge three main religious systems or belief systems,
mm-hmm.
and how that inspired pondering inside of you?
Well, first and foremost, I've always been very much interested and just contemplated my whole life about, the different religions and different beliefs and different theories and different ideas, whether it's religious or otherwise. And having gone through this experience and losing my father, started to, for me to start questioning my beliefs. It started, I started pondering everything that I believe, not only just what I believe, but what I am observing, what other people believe and what other people say. And as a result of that, I was in Israel. I had to go to Jerusalem, which is where my father was living, and that we had to be there for his funeral. And being surrounded on top of all of that and what I was dealing with questioning everything and questioning life and questioning my belief and questioning just everything that is, and being in the center of, I guess you could call it the center of the world, as they say Jerusalem is, with three of the most major religions in the world, all intertwined, all in one, questioning it and seeing it and the differences and how intensely the different three main ones, which is the Christianity, Muslim, and Jewish, Judaism, are so strong and passionate, especially in Jerusalem, about their beliefs, like none other than anywhere else that I have experienced. I mean, everywhere else you go, you meet certain people, but you're in the entire city, and it's extremely passionate. What their belief system is. I started to observe, and my observation was that everyone who is believing what they're believing, they're strongly believing in what they're believing. It doesn't matter. I realized that it doesn't even matter what it is that they are believing in. It wasn't really about the religion. Actually, it wasn't anything about the religion. It had nothing to do about what it was that they're believing in, what religion it was, whose was what, and what said what in what religion, or any of that. It just opened up this whole new window for me that it's just all the people and their personal belief in what it is that they're believing in, whatever that may be, whether it's their religion that they're believing in. Because it is so strong and they're so passionate about their beliefs, it really you start to question everything else. If somebody is believing so strongly what they're believing in, and whatever it is that they're believing in, they are dedicating their entire lives to, well, what power do they have that I don't? What is the power that they are putting their entire livelihood under through their belief?
what is to say that because they have a belief within which they have inserted power, that it takes away from any power that you have?
It wasn't taking away from the power that I
But
have.
that's the question you just posed.
For me,
You just said if they have such a strong belief, which you equated to power.
well, because for me, personally, I don't have a very passionate, religious, dogmatic belief system. I am open to different ideas and to different. I'm open to different beliefs. Everything to me is.
Who's to say that that's not power?
Well, I don't know. But because I am the way I am, and from my perspective, and I'm looking at the others who are very strong and very dedicated to their belief, is what got me to question everything and the power that is. And
what power exactly?
For example, I'll give you one example. My grandmother, she is she's a Christian, and so that's her religion, and that's what she believes. She believes very strongly in what she believes in her religion, that if she does so and so and prays to so and so, then that for sure is all that she needs, and she puts her entire faith and belief in it.
Okay.
And what I witnessed is that what she was doing at certain different moments and different days, that was whatever was happening and we were experiencing over there, what she was sitting and she said, I really was praying and I was this, and she was putting it, and I believe that this, I know that, who and so God, whatever is, will make it okay, this, that. And it did. For me to have experienced that, it wasn't about the religion anymore. It was about the strong sense of 100% belief that the people have over
But then
there.
you have a belief that their belief is actually doing something.
Well, I started to question that. That's for sure. I did.
You were believing that her praying was actually manifesting things physically.
Well, it was, because she said
but
there
how
were
do you
certain
know
things.
that it was?
There
How
were
do you know
certain
that
things.
it wasn't going to happen without her praying? How do you know that it wasn't a coincidence? How do you know that things wouldn't have been?
I don't know.
But
for me,
your belief was that it was.
It was also it was also very interesting to be surrounded by such the intensity of the energy of everything there is surrounds just belief of the religion of the people and the history of the people, and there's the people don't even doubt it, they don't even question it. I mean, certain things that are happening is it's so strong, and it makes you question at the end of the day that it has nothing to do about the religion or the idea or the philosophy or whatever it is that people are believing in. It's just the belief itself. Just believing is in and of itself something that I started to question, if there is power in just believing in something.
So you were there in the middle of this mecca of belief, of varying huge belief systems, and you're witnessing the strength of the belief of the individuals who are there. When you're asking the question, do beliefs have any power, what is the question exactly that you're asking? What kind of power are we speaking about here?
Right. I guess the power that we want to be able to manifest and receive or do the things that it is that we desire. So if somebody is sick, we want to pray and we wish or we want for that person to heal and to get better, for example. Right? So the power of the belief of healing would be, the belief of the healing would be that if the strength of the belief,
correct,
would it heal that individual who is not well, for example.
Which
That's
is
just
very
one
much
example.
a Mormon.
That's just one example.
Which is very much a Mormon ideology.
Yes,
right.
But at the
Mormons will
yes.
not allow
medications, yes, exactly.
blood, so on
Yes.
and so forth, depending on how religious
Yes.
and I was going to say indoctrinated, which kind of is appropriate, but I don't want to be insulting.
But that's their belief.
But that's
Yes.
their belief that
Yeah.
that if the person is to be healed, they will be healed through prayer.
Yes, but then there's the other token where I just were coming from the experience of death and the death of my father, and all we did was wish and pray and wish and pray and send forth whatever ways. Not only was it just on a philosophical level, on a spiritual level, on a level that was just pure love, on a level that was on religious level, you name it, on every end level you could imagine that was sent, and he still passed away. So the belief over there...
He didn't pass away. He just ascended. But anyways, moving on. That's my little belief.
So the questions kept questioning. I kept questioning everything to see people over there and how much they believe in what they believe and the power that they stick with.
So what is the answer when something doesn't happen?
But what I experience is the people over there still continue believing in what they're believing, even if
what happens if it doesn't? If what they believe in and they make their prayers, what is the response
when it does not?
When it doesn't happen,
then is there any power in beliefs? That is the question, and that is what we are opening up today.
That's not the question I asked you.
No,
I asked you what is their response.
Their response
when they're praying for something to happen and it doesn't happen. No,
they continue going on believing strongly what they believe in, and if they say it's this, if they say the religious part, in my experience, that from the many people over there say, well, it's in God's will. If it wasn't to be, even though I wanted it to be, then it wasn't in my hands. But they still continue believing what they believe. Okay. So what is this power?
So now you're asking what is the power of beliefs.
What is the power?
So I'm going to take it to a different place, if that's okay.
Yes, please do.
I'm going to take it to a more rudimentary day-to-day life place.
Okay.
So
rudimentary?
Yeah, basic.
Okay.
Foundational.
Like
day-to-day.
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 Okay.
So we live here in Toronto.
Okay.
Right? I'm going to use the most basic thing that I can.
As basic as you can be.
So if I look out my window today, we're having a very wackadoodle, weathery experience going on here.
Okay.
I'm calling it wackadoodle, mind you. Okay, it's been raining, sleet, snow. It's like there is it's flooding.
Just slushy and cold and icy.
There is flooding everywhere, and as Aline said, it's slushy and not that cold, but
pretty cold,
according to your belief system.
Okay, well,
so
is that a belief?
Yes, it is.
Okay, continue.
So, for me, coming from Montreal, where the weather is always at least 5 degrees colder and the snow is always at least 5 to 10 centimeters higher, it's not so bad, you know? And outside, I bundled up. It's not so cold. It's all right.
It's okay.
Aline
okay.
comes from Israel. This weather is cold. It's uncomfortable. It's yucky. It's not the kind of weather that you want to be stepping outside of the house in. This is my belief, and this is her belief. There are two separate beliefs about the exact same external situation.
Okay.
Which is the weather, which we have no interest or control or participate within the happenings of. Actually, we do, but we're not going to go into that today. But for, we all understand. No, right? Your belief that it's disgusting outside and you should not step outside will keep you inside.
Well, I don't believe that.
Can we just stay with my
Okay, sure, we can stay with that. But I don't believe that, but sure.
Okay, but for right now, that's what you believe.
Okay, we'll pretend. Okay.
Okay. So for right now, you're saying it's so disgusting outside.
Okay.
We should not. It's dangerous. You should not go outside.
Okay.
And I'm saying, it's not so bad. Let's go take a walk.
Okay.
All right. So because I believe what I believe and you believe what you believe, I'm going to take a walk and you're going to stay home.
Okay, yeah, because the person is turned off automatically because they don't want to, because they're associating that that's just so horrible, so don't even bother because it's not, it's a negative. Okay, all right.
I go for the walk.
I get it.
And I meet somebody on the walk, a friend of ours, and we wind up going for coffee. We have a great time. It's amazing. You are not there.
Okay. Because
I'm like outside.
Okay.
But you're home.
Okay.
And you're home and the phone rings. The phone rings and you answer it, and I'm not here to answer the phone, but you are, and the phone rings and you answer it, and it's a client, and the client wants to speak to us about a new project that they want us to do work on, and so you're home, so you're at the office, so you're able to take the call and go forward with that.
Okay.
Either way, the belief that we had affected the rest of our lives as a result of the belief that we had. Okay. So when you ask the power of our beliefs, do our beliefs have power? My response to you is our beliefs shape our very experience of life itself.
Okay. To an extent.
But you're asking whether or not our beliefs have manifestation power is very different.
Well, that's the power.
But at the same time, it's not different at all. It's exactly the same thing.
Well, it should be the same thing. I mean, if it has power is power, right? Is it somewhat of a power? Is it weak power? Or is it the ultimate power? I mean, power is power. The whole point is that, you know, to say that there's times that it does have power and times it doesn't, then it doesn't.
No, it always has power. It's always affecting your life. Whatever you believe, in my humble opinion,
yes,
lays the foundation for the rest of your life experience.
Okay.
Well, in my humble opinion, scientific proof and experiential proof of everybody on this planet. What you believe shapes your life experience.
Okay, well, why doesn't then, to some extent, it does, in my opinion, to some extent, and most people will probably agree that if you are, you know, believing in something, I'm going to believe that I believe in this person and da-da-da-da-da, and you go, and in most cases, in a lot of cases, I don't want to say most, but in a lot of cases, you know, it does happen. Things do go through, and people who believe in what it is that they believed in, you know, they're happy that they did because, you know, X, Y, and Z happened in the way that they wanted it to, etc.
You're speaking about very specific aspect of beliefs.
Yes, I'm
not beliefs in general.
It has nothing to do with what it is that you believe in. It could be you could be believing in yellow striped buses and that they are the savior of the world, or you could believe in God, or you can believe in the stars, or you could believe in this religion or that religion.
No, that's not what I meant.
I'm not even talking about any specific belief. I'm just talking about, doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter what you believe, as long as you have that some type of belief that is a strong foundation of a belief within yourself. In most cases, that foundation in this world is religion, right? Because people...
So you're speaking about somebody's overall belief in life itself.
That they, the belief
not belief in whether or not it's cold here. Because what I'm saying is our entire life is based on our beliefs. Yeah. But you are talking about one belief.
It's a belief, yes.
You are talking... No, you're talking about one main belief about life itself.
Yes.
You are talking about the biggest belief.
Whatever it is that person believes in that...
Yes, but we believe in 100 different things, doll.
Yeah, but that's different.
I believe that eating vegan is very healthy. Somebody believes eating meat is very healthy. That is not a belief about whether or not I'm going to be reincarnated, whether or not I'm going to die and go off into oblivion. Right. That's the belief that you're speaking about. You're talking about a belief with respect to life itself, the meaning of life.
And if there is power behind it, it's one thing when we don't know. As no matter what anybody believes, at the end of the day, we really don't know where we're coming from and where we're going. You know, there's really no
where
proof.
We're going once we're once we've ascended.
Yes. So,
Or past, as
yeah.
Elaine was saying.
There's different beliefs that people believe this might happen and this, but at the end of the day, we really, really don't know.
This is true.
This is very true.
In here, we feel it intuitively.
And people choose to believe
but
what they want to believe.
Different people intuitively feel different things. Who's right?
And
who's wrong?
But is there even a right or a wrong? It's
maybe
not,
everybody's right because whatever they believe is what they create.
Okay, so is that really
it's a big thing to
ponder.
So
is that the power? Is that the
and therefore is the power itself the belief?
Exactly.
Because is it that we create based upon what it is that we believe, and what we believe is what is created.
Exactly.
So if you believe in reincarnation, then you'll be reincarnated, and if you believe that you are going to die and go off into an oblivion of nothingness, then you will go off into oblivion of nothingness. And if you believe that you're going to go into some magical garden of fairies,
and does that maintain within the power of your
goddesses and gods, and that will happen to you too. Woo! That's nice. La 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 la!
Yes.
So what are you choosing to believe?
What are you choosing to believe?
It's a pretty big question.
And actually, we're going to take a moment and get back to the other part, which I'd like to get into with respect to the belief and the power of, and then changing those beliefs as well.
In just a moment. Share the love.
Share the love.
Share the love.
Share the love.
Share.
Share
the love. Share the love. Share the love. Share the love.
We're just getting back, this is our first show of 2013, so please do, we haven't been around for so long, but please do share. If you are on any of the social networking sites, you can always share them over there. You can send we also are recording every show that we do, so if you are not able to attend live, then it is there in the videos tab on the right side where you can see the previous shows, and we also archive them on the beinglove.tv website, which will be updated in the next short while. But we do archive our videos, and if you miss any of the shows, you be sure you can go back and watch them all. You can also share them. You can also embed them on your own website if so you desire. But sharing is caring, and we love it when you share, because that's what we like to do.
That's the purpose of the show, is to reach as many of the earth angels divine as we can, as many of our brothers and sisters as we are so able to, again, to elucidate pondering, to get a conversation happening, to get people communicating, connecting, and to bridge the gaps between our different perceptions, to find a way of accepting that it's okay that we have different beliefs. Mm-hmm. It's okay that we have different viewpoints. And not only is it okay that we have them, but it's okay to share them, to be open to hearing and receiving the viewpoints of someone else without a fear of losing our own. Yes. And that if by some wonderful chance our beliefs, our viewpoints happen to expand in some wonderful way, shape, or form, how wonderful it is for us. So we would like to, that is the purpose of the sharing and the caring and the loving. So we thank you for so doing. So let's get back to our
show.
Yes. Being Love TV's Souls Talking Brain show, talking about
where we left off.
Do our beliefs have any power?
Yes.
Where did we leave off? Yes, madame.
We left off basically, which is what you said, which was that the belief is that it doesn't even matter at the end of the day what it is that you're believing, because what matters really is just the belief in and of itself. Excuse me. Was it not?
Yes.
Okay. So what?
But we are also talking about the big beliefs, not the little ones.
Right. The big,
what you're coming from, where
what
you're
I'm coming from. Yeah,
Because to answer the question, do our beliefs have any power? Yes.
Well, to
every
a degree,
single solitary belief. Well, no, it depends on how you're looking at it. Do our beliefs have power? Yes, they shape our lives. Do our beliefs have the power to create and manifest what we want them to manifest, how we want them to manifest? Mm-hmm. Is a different question.
It is a different question. Well, then that just goes to show you with the word power. What do you mean by the word power then?
Yes.
Right? So,
and what do you mean by the word belief? Amazing how many different intricate layers there are in this one question. We can ask this one question
in so many
different ways. Do you see the infinite perspectives in just this question, let alone the answers that we can come up with, and the pondering and contemplation and the brilliance of the heart and the mind opening and connecting and aligning? It's just remarkable. So let's specifically get to what it is that you would like to speak to, which is not about our day-to-day beliefs, which shape our lives, which is how we experience life itself, our perceptions of, whether it is 10 degrees below cold or is it tepid. We're talking
about everything that
what do you believe as far as life itself? What is your belief about life itself? About where we came from, and where we're going to? What is the meaning of it while we're here? And what is the power that belief, whichever one you happen to choose, what is the power that belief has in manifesting physically experience things in your life?
Yeah, through that belief.
Right. What is the power that belief has to manifest something physically?
And does it have that power to do through that belief?
Right. So what's your answer?
I don't think so, because you can't have sometimes it does and sometimes it doesn't. Either it does. This is in my opinion. I just asked you. I don't think anybody else is here for me to ask. Me, myself, and I. My opinion.
Oh, there's three.
Okay, there's three of us. I don't think that something has that much power. If it does, then because the question is that it has that much power for somebody's belief of the end all be all of life itself, and that it has power to be able to manifest here physically what it is that they want through that power. That I don't think it does.
So then let's go back to what we were speaking.
If you're talking
about
the very mundane other little things.
Let's go back to what we were saying at the very beginning of the show. You were talking about your grandmother.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen all the time. My point is that I don't think so.
You saw that she prayed, and it happened, and you're like, yes, it did. It worked.
Yes, but it does not mean all the time. My point is, I don't think so. If something doesn't have the power all the time, then it doesn't. I mean, it's just because I'm talking about the actual potential of the power. Like, the end-all, be-all power. If that power is power, then it would happen all the time.
But I see what you mean.
But I don't know if anyone is understanding what I'm trying to say. La, la, la.
So, here's your grandmother praying for your safe... I don't want to use that example.
Whatever.
Here's your grandmother
for the sun to come out.
Praying for the sun to shine.
Yes.
Okay. Here's 10 people.
Okay.
Praying for the rain.
Okay. Okay.
Your grandmother doesn't live in the world by herself. This is her belief that if she prays, what she wants is going to come to pass.
Yeah, for her.
Except if it's not meant to be. Right? If it's not for...
Okay. But that's a belief.
I'm sorry. What are we talking about today? What was that? Oh, yeah. Our beliefs. Do they have any power? Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. So her belief that praying is going to bring the sun come out, right? Mm-hmm. And then you have 10 other people who believe that praying is going to bring the rain.
Okay.
So it's 10 to 1.
So then, what is belief? What is it?
Do you want me to answer?
I'm just wondering, like, what is it? I mean, taking a moment and asking ourselves, like, what is belief? I mean, what is it?
It's a repeated thought that we have repeated so much so that we don't just think it, we now believe it. It's not something it's not just an idea that is floating. It's something that we have attached meaning to and that we trust within, because it has been formulated within our beingness, that we have, again, attached meaning to it. So if you believe that carrying around a rabbit's tail with you is going to bring you luck, when you were a child, if you
then
never...
it just might. That's, you
if,
know, it
as a
might, and
child,
other times it will not. You know, it never does all the time. That's my point. In this world, no matter what anybody's believing in, whether it's the end-all, be-all, like, powerful belief of, like, life itself, or, like, little mundane little things of believing, like, what you eat is good for you, all those intertwined, it does not, all the time, have the power.
1 to 10, baby.
It does not
You
all the
don't
time.
live as an island, isolated in this world. You
Okay.
live with, what
Yes.
are we at now? 7 or 8 billion other people
So
in this
what
world?
is it? What are people sitting and believing and battling with their beliefs in this
Yes.
world? Like, without necessarily
Belief is
going
thought.
in war.
Thought is energy. Everything is energy.
So
if you have 10
So
people
whose
and the
belief
energy
is
is going
stronger
like
than the
this,
other
and one
one?
person's energy is going like this, the 10 people who are going like this are a lot stronger than the one person going like this. These people are going to get what they believe in before this person gets what they believe in.
well, you really think that? So then the belief has no power.
Yeah, I
then.
really think
Because
that.
if you believe that more people together have more power than one person, the whole point of the power of the belief is that it doesn't matter. It's the belief is the power. It doesn't matter if it's one person believing it and sending out that energy for something that they want to happen, or a group of 100 believing in it.
Well, it kind of does.
Well, then there is no power in.
Of course
just
there is,
belief.
because that one person who's not believing in what all of these people are believing is making these people's energy frequency a little bit smaller.
Well, I don't know. I don't know that. And I can't agree with it. I don't know. But we do have somebody here on our social stream. Rick Lell, nice to see you. Thank you for joining. Rick Lell has shared, I believe that one day the power of love will overcome the love of power.
Wasn't that John Lennon? Yes, baby.
Yes.
Completely, totally, utterly. Thank you so much for coming out, Rick. It's so cool to have you here live, that we can be interacting with each other. Yay!
Yes, very nice indeed.
And absolutely looking forward to more people embracing the power of love, the belief of love over the belief of power, and that which it will bring, and enjoying the fruits of that which love brings versus that which our desire for power brings.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, but to me, I seem to have questioned every single thing, and every single thing that I believe in, and it's questioning every single thing that I'm seeing or experiencing. And to me, love, power, belief by itself, I'm putting them together, seem to all be exactly the same thing, or can be used for exactly the same thing. Love,
yes,
is power, as one would think it is power, and belief, one would think, is power, because and it's so
love is a belief,
and love is a belief. A belief is a power. Power is love, and vice versa, and in and out, and upside down, and all around. So, at the end of the day, it seems to be all the same, exactly the same thing. It's different words that are saying beliefs is power and love is power. All of those words are exactly the same thing and have somewhat the same effect or existence.
What is the effect?
Well, if you love and you believe in the power of love, right? It's the power that you get something happening, something occurring that you want, or manifesting. Do you know what I mean? Am I making any sense?
Again, you're very focused in your perspective with respect to beliefs.
Yes.
You are talking about beliefs, and you're talking about the strength of manifesting physically that which we believe.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that obviously a lot of that comes from the disappointment.
Mm-hmm. A lot of
in
it's all
the
disappointment.
belief that if you guys sent forward the positive energy regarding Levon, regarding your dad, that he would still be here.
Yeah.
Except, as your grandmother would say, maybe it was his time and he wasn't meant to stay.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore no amount of praying was going to do anything because he was supposed to be going somewhere.
But the whole meant to all of this thing is a belief. So everything is exactly the same thing. You see, it doesn't matter what it is that at the end of the day, it didn't even matter what somebody believed, what somebody was saying, because it none of it made any sense. Because just like you said, somebody believed that if this, that, they wanted something to happen and they wanted the person to get better and so on and so forth, or whatever they might have been, and it did not. And then they continue saying, well, it wasn't meant to be. Well, that in and of itself is exactly the belief.
Correct.
Which you're going back to.
Which is why I said before the break, and why I chose to take this question and bring it into our day-to-day lives.
Yeah.
Because we can keep spiraling around and around and around asking this question with respect to what is your belief regarding life itself. Does it work? Doesn't it work? Well, sometimes it does.
Sometimes it does.
And sometimes it doesn't. But you don't live as an isolated island in this world.
Yeah.
You do live with 8 billion other people. You do live in a world that has energy that is not only being created by people. There are animals, there's the animal kingdom, the mineral kingdom, the plant kingdom. There is the cosmos. There is a lot of energy.
But that's also a belief.
No, that's not a belief. There is a lot of energy that is being sent forward from all of these beings, doll.
Yes.
That's not a belief. That's just what it is.
It's the world. Yes.
Right?
Okay.
Okay. So when you are asking a question that has no known answer, you are setting yourself up to be spiraling in a vortex of questions.
But isn't the world just going to spiraling in a vortex of questions
Yes,
anyway?
but you can make it easier for you. Because as long as we're here, we're here. Right? So
as long as you're here,
you're here.
You're here.
So you might as well do what you can do to assist yourself to make it as easy, as comfortable, and as joyful as you can.
Yes.
So I have my own personal beliefs about life, about the meaning of life, about the purpose of life. I have my own personal questions about the mysteries there too. But what I can grab onto and know in absolution is that what we believe in our day-to-day lives have an effect.
So it has power.
In our day-to-day lives.
Okay.
Because if you believe that the cold slushiness outside is so disgusting that you don't want to set forth out of this house, you're not leaving the house.
Right. Well, yes, because you don't, because...
And if I believe that it's a glorious day, then I'm going to be out there. So and the experiences that we are going to have as a result of that are going to be completely and utterly different because of our initial belief that made the decision to move forward from there. Rick is saying karma influences outcome. That's another belief.
There you go.
Right? And then I can take that and bring it into the day-to-day as well, where you're looking at energy. The law of energy has cause and effect.
Cause and effect.
Which is really what karma is. Karma is just a fancy word for cause and effect. For the law of cause and effect.
Fancy word.
Right?
Those fancy words.
I know, I use them all the time. You have one object that bangs into the other object. The friction causes this object to move. It's the law of cause and effect. If you treat somebody in a certain way, there will be ramifications. There will be an effect to the way that you are going to treat them.
Yes.
So it's just a fancy way of saying the law of cause and effect, and indeed it influences outcomes, of course.
Yeah. Well, it's beliefs are, again, malleable.
Thank goodness, right?
So,
I mean, for most of us, no, I shouldn't say for most of us, because so many of us, they are so not malleable. You
no,
were just in Jerusalem.
there's a, yeah. There's definitely, it is malleable in the sense that if you have, the same way as somebody could put their entire beingness of energy and power into their belief, they can easily switch and then just grasp onto a whole new power belief system.
Absolutely.
Just as easily.
Absolutely.
And maintain that, and perhaps even shape their lives and probably manifest some things and have some things happening through their power of their belief at the same time, but just by changing it. So belief has nothing to do with religion. It has nothing to do with...
well, it does, but what you're talking about now doesn't.
No, but in general, just the
Right.
word belief. Just believing.
Right.
Believing. Is not about a specific religion. It's not about a specific anything. It is whatever it is that you yourself are choosing to believe, that which gives the individual the power for living, being, doing, shaping, whatever that may be, giving meaning.
Yes.
Giving
meaning.
Giving meaning.
Don't I just sprained my arm.
You just hurt your arm. Well, you gave me your hand.
I know, but then I said don't smack it too hard.
She did. She gave me her hand that hurts, and I high-fived it.
It's my fault. That's my belief.
So
I take responsibility.
So I guess then what we came to with this particular topic of today, do our beliefs have any power? Yes and no. Sure. And have power. Power and belief are the same things. And at the same time, beliefs are also what they mean. They have meaning. Belief is what gives anything meaning.
Belief,
to some extent,
is the meaning that we've attached to the thought that we've had. Yes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So you can.
Yes.
Did I say that properly? Right on.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you, Rick.
Yes. Beliefs do have power. Beliefs do affect our lives. Questioning our beliefs and changing our beliefs change our lives. Mm-hmm. And when you are put into a position where you're in a whirlwind of not being sure of what you believe in, you feel a little bit discombobulated, right? You feel a little bit unstable, not grounded. You're not sure this or that.
For somebody who does not have...
for someone who's questioning their beliefs.
Right.
Right? That's
right.
Quite powerful of an effect.
That in and of itself
that's
is
somebody
powerful.
who's not even sure what they believe.
No, well, they don't even know.
They don't even have an actual belief, and they are being discombobulated because they're not sure what they believe.
But
so that just goes to show you how powerful our beliefs are.
Because that is what exactly gives us meaning to anything.
It gives us stability.
Everything.
It assists us.
Yeah.
Thank you, Rick. Thank both of you. Thank you.
We love you.
Yes. So it does have power. To know whether or not what the consistency of the power is, to know what the guarantee with respect to the consistency behind our beliefs, mm-hmm. and what they will manifest and what they will not manifest, we don't know.
No.
Because we don't live alone.
No.
So every belief that we have, there's another belief that someone else has that might refute. It might be against our belief.
Yeah. Whew, the entire, yeah.
So
Hello.
if we lived, the only way to know what your question is with respect to the power of our beliefs is that you would have to go and live in a world where it was just you.
Just me. Just you
And
I.
based upon whatever, you would then say, okay, I'm going to do an experiment. I'm going to choose 3 different beliefs. And this belief will be for this month, and this belief for this month, and this, and see what happens in that month.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand? It's the only way to know the manifestation power behind our beliefs.
Right.
Because with 8 billion other people, unless you know what each and every one of those 8 billion other people are believing in every moment.
Maybe. You know, Superman. Superman was one Superman. One Superman.
Yeah.
Well, you know, there's definitely one person's in this lifetime, you know.
That lives all alone in a
no,
world
not
that
lives
nobody
all
else
alone,
is.
but definitely has had quite enough power all unto themselves to do a lot of things or start something good or do something bad even. One person could have power.
I didn't say that one person couldn't.
Yeah.
I think that we all have it.
Yeah.
I think we all have the power to manifest whatever we want, whenever we want. However, again, we live with 8 billion other people. So the only way to actually be able to assess what one person's power is that they would have to be isolated from everything else that is affecting them. The law of karma, cause and effect. You have to take them out and put them into a sterile place where there's nothing else that's coming in to block their energy or get in the way of their beliefs.
So at the end of the day, belief is just the same thing as consciousness. It's life itself. You know, it's the heart that's beating. It's the brain that is thinking. It's the every function of our beingness that is alive, that is energy, that is consciousness, or whatever you want to call it, is in and of itself a belief. A belief is a way. It's power. It's creation. It's manifestation. It gives meaning. It's everything. Is it not?
Yes and no.
Yes and no. Yes and no.
How do you like that answer?
Yes and no. I am very happy with our final finale of our answer today, which is yes
and no.
And no.
Yes.
Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes and no. Which is
yes, but
which
you know,
is,
everything is nothing is anything until we make it something. And everything is nothing, and nothing is everything. So, yes and no. Not do our beliefs have any power, but to Aline's commentary as to whether or not our beliefs are on an equal ground to consciousness and life itself.
Life itself.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't know
about
that one. But, you know, yes and no is my answer, because yes, I can think of many ways that it is, and there are many ways that I can think that it's not. So on that note, yes or no?
Yes or no?
Indeed, beliefs have power, and it is my humbled opinion and belief that we should all take some time to ponder upon our beliefs, and as we know that they do affect our lives, and negative beliefs negatively affect our lives, and positive beliefs positively affect our lives, to do what we are able to cultivate, as Rick so beautifully stated earlier, beliefs that are based within love, authenticity, compassion, gratitude, caring, sharing, and with all hopes of the powers of its manifestation to so manifest a life experience of like kind.
And love. And hopes only. That would be nice. I'd like to believe that. And hope that there's power to that. We would like to thank every one of us. Minds create reality. Yes, indeed. Indeedy do. This is from Rick Lell here on our social stream. On that note, beautiful angels, out there in this world, roaming around saying yes and no, yes and no, yes and no. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching our season premiere show of the 2013
Souls Talking Brain on Being Love TV. We will be back in 2 weeks with a very special guest, which we will be updating you all about.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of guests coming up. Really, really wonderful, amazing guests.
We do. Very, very great.
Yes. So stay tuned for that. You can follow our Twitter stream, or you can go to our, which I will put it up right now, our Facebook page, on Souls Talking Brain Facebook page, where you can stay updated on the show's upcoming shows and our upcoming exciting guests. As well as on our Twitter page as well, which is at Being Love TV. So, beautifuls, may whatever it is that you so choose to believe bring you the power of that love equals love. May you be surrounded by only the good that manifests the good, therefore gives the good and brings the good all the way around.
That's a lot of good.
That's a lot of good.
Namaste. We, from the divine within us, see the divine within you. In Lakesh Alakin, we are another you, and we thank you so very much for sharing in this experience together. Blessedly be.
Souls talking brain, enlightened minds, seeking out truths, seeing the world with the mind of those who see beyond the three-dimensionally. Souls talking brain, ask the right questions, uncovers the blinds. Souls talking brain, enlightening minds, oh yeah, seeking out truth.